So this next video is going to focus on the larger part of the promotions, which is how to create these, I guess, teaser blocks, we'll call them, which we can place throughout the site in different places, what the featured one was, which is the secondary, or, if there's a third, what the third promotion is, and then the difference between this view, this teaser view, and the full promotion, which can provide some additional information as you see down here. So the first thing that we do for that is we come here to this Promotions tab. And you can see that there are a couple in here. We're just going to start with a brand new one. So we're going to come over here and we're going to say Add New. And we're going to call this one the Virtual Tour. Because right now, I don't know when you're watching this video, right now we're still in the middle of the COVID situation, COVID-19. So we're going to turn this on as the featured promotion. So what that means is that we have some little short codes placed throughout the site. And when you change this one to a featured promotion, it will push the other one out. The other one will get turned off. There can only be one featured promotion at a time. And this one will replace everywhere else the other one appears on the site. So, for instance, right now, we have this pre-owned piano sales event, and it appears in many places on the site because it is the featured one. Now, as soon as we get done updating this new one and we mark it as featured, it is going to replace this everywhere on the site. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Then this one, if we turn this one on, this is what decides whether or not it's going to show on the promotions page, which has, everything, all of the promotions on it that are active. Right over here, much like with the used pianos, is where we add the image. So we'll say select featured image. In this case, I don't have it already in the library, so I'm going to come over here to Upload Files, select Files, and I saved it right here on my desktop. I made something for it called Virtual Sale. We'll open. Once that's done, we'll hit Set Featured Image, and there that comes through. We'll give it a headline. Let's say Private Showroom Tours Available. And we'll also say, oops. Actually, this is the subhead, I think. We'll see what it ends up being, but that's what we'll do for now. And the headline is going to be Virtual Tours and Sales. And then for the text, I'll just go ahead and copy and paste what you guys have on the existing site. Offer duration, I don't see a duration on that. If we pick a duration for it, that's what shows up down here on this lower headline. So maybe we'll rename that lower headline. Let's see, maybe we can just say, so I think for this lower headline, we'll just say, ready to connect with us, or something similar. And when you say custom button, the button is going to show up no matter what. It's just going to say, if you don't choose anything, it's going to say view promotion. So if we want to, make this a custom button, really all we're customizing is the text, and it'll say schedule now. And we can also then choose what shows up here, whether it is the note or the piano. Let's just leave it at the piano for now. And we're going to go ahead and publish this. And we'll have to check out our results. So let's go to the home page and see what we've got here for this view. So here it is. It actually has turned out pretty good, the first right out of the gate. Part of that is because we have a lot of text here. Now let me just show you what I was talking about in terms of you know, us having to decide what our image looks like based on how much text we have. If we didn't have nearly as much text, if this were quite short here, like say this, and we were to update it, and we refresh here, you can see how that's come in quite a bit on the cropping. Now, for this image, that still works. On another image, it might not work so well. We might be losing something important that's down here at the bottom of the image. So it's just something you're going to want to keep in mind when you're placing these, that you might need to either adjust the amount of text so that more of the image shows up, or you might need to go back and crop the image. You know, typically when I'm getting ready to do this, I have the image file open here so that I can make adjustments and re-import a new image on the go. In any case, let's go ahead and put that text back in here. Update. So you'll see, because we selected it as the featured image, as the featured promotion, it updated here on the home page. And now here on the promotions page, if we refresh, it is now the lead item up here as well. And these others have been pushed down on the page. We can still get these items to show up other places on the site. But those need to be placed individually with a very specific shortcode. This right now, since we clicked featured, it is showing up in a number of places on the site. So here on the financing page, it's here because there's a code for it there. Yeah, in a number of different places. This is now pushed throughout the site so that people can see that featured promotion. This image headline, it will overlay a white headline over the top of the image, so you may or may not want that. Sometimes it can add some extra image to your, add some extra interest to your image. You may or may not want to use that at any given time. This lower part down here is exclusively, it won't affect anything on this view. It is only for adding more information to the post down below here. So if all you have to do is add some text here, then you can feel free to do it this way. This view offers limited formatting options, so I like to come up here and go ahead and hit this back-end editor, which gives me a lot more control over how this can be styled here. So I am going to come in here and I am going to okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add an element here. I'm going to add a headline. I'm going to go ahead and center that headline. And on the existing website, you guys have the process is simple. So we'll use that. Save. Under that, I'm going to add a text block. Let's go ahead and bold these guys. And let's go ahead and add the form I just made. And I'm going to go ahead and add another row inside of here, and we're just going to make this not quite as wide by doing that and pulling this into here. So let's go ahead and update that and see what it looks like. Here's our virtual tour. Update. Okay. So we've got a headline here, we've got our 1, 2, 3, we've got our form. It doesn't look quite right yet, so we need to come back into here. First of all, it is not using the correct font. So on this headline, when we come back in here to edit it, I'm going to say use the default font family. We'll update that. It's also really crammed right up against here. So I am going to, right above here, I'm going to add some empty space. Let's update that. Better. And again, I think this, it's way too far over to the left. So let's go ahead and let's bring it in just like the form. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it into this other column here. Update that again. Refresh. Yes, much better. That looks pretty good. Now we need this to go to an email, so we can add an email link there. Now currently you guys have this set up as a send email button. I understand why you've done it this way. It looks better than listing out the email addresses, but for anybody that uses web-based mail, which is a growing percentage of people, they use Gmail or they use some other online portal, it's not going to do anything when they click that. It's just going to, ask them what their email program is, and if they don't use an email program on their computer, it doesn't do anything. And so what I would suggest instead is actually typing out the email address. And we can then also make it a link. All right, let's go ahead and update that and see where we are here. And there we are. We are all set. We have now the last thing I will need to do, obviously, is, in that previous step, we put in a fake link here just so I could show you, but that link now needs to be replaced with this one. Let's just go ahead and go back and do that. Again, that's under Settings and Theme. So right here, this link, we're going to edit it. We're going to change it to that new one. We'll hit Update. And now on the home page, when we click this link, it takes us directly to this page. I think that is it for promotions. Thanks.